Introduction. The billionaire in you. Have you ever looked at the world's most successful people and thought, what do they have that I don't? Is it money? A rich family? Ivy League education? Pure luck? Wrong. The difference isn't money. It's mindset. It's how billionaires think, decide, fail, and win that sets them apart, not where they started. Here's a truth most people never hear. You don't need $1 billion to think like a billionaire. But you'll never reach the top unless you do. This book is not about motivation. It's not about overnight hacks or fake confidence. This book is about rewiring your brain to operate on the same frequency as the world's most elite minds. Once you adopt the billionaire success mindset, your entire reality changes. You stop chasing small goals and start building massive outcomes. You stop reacting and start leading your life. You stop fearing failure and start leveraging it as your ultimate edge. You stop thinking like a consumer and start acting like a creator. Inside these pages, you'll discover the exact mindset frameworks, decision-making tools, and inner belief systems that self-made billionaires use every single day. You'll learn how to think bigger, move faster, and lead yourself with relentless clarity, no matter your background, education, or bank balance. This isn't theory. This is the mental blueprint of giants distilled into real-world principles you can start using immediately. Why this book matters. We live in a world where most people are trained to stay average. Play it safe. Follow the rules. Work hard and hope it pays off. But billionaires? They don't play the same game. They design their own game and win it with strategy, psychology, and vision. This book hands you the keys to that mindset. Not to worship the rich, but to unleash the richest, boldest, most powerful version of yourself. And once you see the world this way, you'll never be the same again. Ready to upgrade your life? If you're tired of thinking small, moving slow, and living below your potential, then this book is for you. Subscribe now to stay updated with powerful success tools, exclusive bonus content, and early access to future mindset strategies. Because this isn't just a book, it's the beginning of a new identity. Let's build your billionaire brain. Turn the page. Your new mindset starts now. Chapter 1. Think 10x. Live 10x, unlocking the power of exponential thinking. Most people live their lives playing small because they've been conditioned to think in limitations. Be realistic, they're told. Don't dream too big. But here's the truth. No one ever changed the world by thinking small. Billionaires, game changers, and high performers all have one thing in common. They think exponentially. They don't aim to improve their life by 10%. They aim to multiply it by 10x, 10x. Thinking is not about working 10 times harder. It's about aiming so high that it forces you to break out of your current way of thinking, your current strategies, and your current identity. When you set a 10x goal, you no longer rely on willpower or small tweaks. You're forced to redesign your life from the ground up. Let's say your goal is to make $100,000 a year. You'll look for better jobs, maybe a side hustle, and work some overtime. But if your goal is to make $1 million a year, suddenly you're forced to think like an investor, an entrepreneur, a problem solver. You start asking different questions. What can I build that serves thousands? How can I multiply value instead of trading time for money? Who do I need to become to lead at that level? This mindset shift is where real growth begins. 10x thinking breaks you free from the crowd. Most people are trying to be 10% better than others. But billionaires aren't competing at that level. They build new playing fields entirely, while others are fighting over scraps. 10x thinkers create abundance. They don't ask, what's possible? They ask, what would be impossible unless I changed everything? 10x goals don't scare billionaires, they excite them. Why? Because those goals force creativity, innovation, and leadership. You don't just become more productive. You become a whole new version of yourself. How to start thinking. 10x today. Audit your current thinking. Ask yourself, where am I thinking too small? Is it in your income goals, your health, your influence, your relationships? Identify one area and write down your current target. Multiply that target by 10. If your goal was to gain 5 clients, aim for 50. If your goal was to lose 10 pounds, aim to become the healthiest person in your network. Let it stretch you. It's not about whether you hit it, it's about who you become chasing it. Create a 10x action map. What habits, systems, skills, and people would support a 10x result? Your current routines won't work for exponential outcomes. You need to think differently, act bolder, and often. Let go of what's comfortable. Surround yourself with bigger thinkers. Environment shapes identity. Find mentors, books, podcasts, and people who operate at a higher level. Their mindset will start to infect yours in a good way. Final thought. Big thinking is a skill. You weren't born thinking small, but society taught you to play safe. Now, it's time to unlearn that. The size of your thinking will always determine the size of your life. So think bigger. Much bigger. Think 10x. Live 10x. Change everything. Chapter 2. Obsession over balance. Why passion beats balance every time. We've been told for years that balance is the key to a successful life. But here's the truth. Balance doesn't build billion-dollar companies. Balance doesn't break records. Balance doesn't ignite revolutions or rewrite the rules. Obsession does. Every billionaire you admire, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Sarah Blakely, was or is deeply, unapologetically obsessed with their mission. They didn't casually work on their goals when they had time. They rearranged their lives around a powerful purpose. They thought about it day and night. They breathed it, lived it, and sacrificed comfort for it. Here's what most people don't understand. Obsession isn't unhealthy when it's aligned with purpose. It's the fuel for mastery. While others chase work-life balance, billionaires pursue meaningful imbalance. They go all in. And once the mission is accomplished, they gain the freedom others only dream about. The myth of balance sounds safe. It sounds reasonable, but it often becomes a trap of mediocrity. When you try to give everything equal attention, nothing gets your full potential. You end up being kind of good at a lot of things and excellent at none. That's not how extraordinary success works. Obsession creates a focus so intense that you cut through distractions. You stop wasting time. You stop settling for average. You enter what psychologists call a flow state more often, those magical moments where time disappears and your best work comes alive. What does healthy obsession look like? Obsession isn't about being reckless or ignoring your health. It's about channeling your full energy and attention into something meaningful and refusing to back down until it's real. It's waking up early because you're excited to build. Working late, not because you're forced to, but because you're driven. It's thinking about your vision during a walk, a shower, or while falling asleep, not because you have to, but because you can't stop. Obsession isn't stress. It's flow. It's not burnout. It's deep alignment. How to cultivate productive obsession. Find the one thing that pulls you. What problem, mission, or purpose keeps coming back to you? What could you talk about for hours? That's your signal. Follow it. Cut the noise. Obsession needs space. Eliminate distractions. Say no more often and protect your mental bandwidth. Every yes to distraction is a no to your vision. Build an environment that supports your drive. Surround yourself with people who encourage ambition, not comfort. Create daily routines that feed your obsession. Your environment should echo your goals. Don't apologize for your intensity. You will intimidate people. That's okay. Your obsession will offend the comfortable and attract the hungry. Stay focused. This is your path, not there's that final thought. Be all in success doesn't. Come to the most balanced. It comes to the most devoted, the most obsessed, the ones who refuse to let go of their vision, even when it's hard, lonely, or slow. The world doesn't need more balanced people. It needs more people on fire with purpose. So if you've found something worth building, chasing, or becoming, don't aim for balance. Aim for obsession, and let the world adjust. Chapter 3. The inner game. Master your mindset before your money, before any external success can happen. The real battle is won or lost inside your mind. Every billionaire, athlete, or high achiever has one foundational skill that sets them apart: mental mastery. Without a strong inner game, talent gets wasted, opportunities get missed, and goals fall apart under pressure. The inner game is made up of 3 key pillars: emotional discipline, self-belief, and mental toughness. Let's start with emotional discipline. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Failures will happen, and plans will fall through. If you react emotionally to every setback, you'll burn out. Billionaires learn how to respond, not react. They train themselves to stay grounded under pressure. They don't panic. They problem-solve. Then comes self-belief. Billionaires don't wait for permission to dream big. They build internal confidence based on clarity, vision, and repetition. Self-belief isn't arrogance. It's the quiet conviction that you can figure things out even if you've never done them before. Finally, there's mental toughness. This is the ability to keep going when motivation is gone. It's waking up when you're tired, showing up when no one is watching. It's the inner voice that says, I will not quit, no matter what. If you don't master the inner game, the outer game doesn't matter. So train your mindset daily. Talk to yourself like a champion. Practice emotional control. Push through. Resistance. Because before you can build wealth, build businesses, or build empires, you must first build yourself. And that starts in your mind. Chapter 4. Fail fast. Fail forward. Make failure your best mentor. Failure, for most people, it's a word that brings fear, shame, or embarrassment. But for billionaires, failure is not the end. It's a tool, a mentor, a guide. In fact, many ultra-successful people credit their biggest failures as the reasons for their greatest growth. The truth is, if you're not failing, you're not pushing hard enough. Most people avoid failure at all costs. They try to be perfect, stay safe, or wait until things are just right. But billionaires move differently. They embrace failure as part of the process. They fail fast, learn fast, and move forward faster. The goal isn't to avoid failure. The goal is to fail with purpose and recover with power. Reframe. The meaning of failure. Billionaires don't see failure as proof they're not good enough. They see it as feedback. Every setback is a data point, a lesson, a test. If something didn't work, it means one of 2 things. You're trying something bold. You're getting closer to what works. The average person fails once and stops. The billionaire fails 100 times and adjusts. That's the difference. Failing forward. A billionaire strategy to fail forward means you don't fall backward into fear, blame, or self-pity. You fall into insight. You take the hit, extract the wisdom, and keep going with more knowledge than before. Here's how to apply this mindset in your life. Detach emotion from outcome. Your failure doesn't define your worth. It's simply a result. Don't tie your identity to success or failure. Tie it to effort, learning, and resilience. Ask better questions after a setback. Don't ask, why me? Ask, what did I learn? What can I improve? What would I do differently? Next time, these questions move you forward. Complaining moves you backward. Speed greater than perfection billionaires value momentum over perfection. They take fast action, get quick feedback, and course correct. Perfection leads to procrastination. Action leads to progress. Celebrate intelligent failure. Not all failures are equal. If you're failing because you're experimenting, taking risks, and trying new things, that's intelligent failure. It means you're growing. Celebrate it. Iconic failures that led to greatness. Elon Musk launched rockets that exploded before SpaceX finally landed one. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he founded, before returning and leading its greatest innovations. Sarah Blakely, founder at Spanx, was rejected by dozens of manufacturers before one finally gave her a chance. She credits failure practice, taught by her father, as her biggest advantage. These people didn't succeed in spite of failure. They succeeded because of how they used failure. Final thought. Fail loud, fail proud. The faster you fail, the quicker you grow. Every failure brings you one step closer to mastery if you're willing to learn from it. So don't fear failure. Don't hide from it. Use it. Fall, learn, rise, and fail forward every single time. Chapter 5. Money Mind Mastery. Upgrade your relationship with wealth. Money is not just paper. It's not just numbers on a screen. Money is a mindset. And your mindset about money, conscious or unconscious, shapes the amount you attract, the way you manage it, and how fast you grow it. One of the biggest differences between billionaires and the average person is how they think about money. It's not about greed or luxury. It's about clarity, control, and purpose. Most people are emotionally tangled with money. They fear it. They chase it. They feel guilt having it or shame for not having enough. Billionaires, however, treat money like what it really is, a tool. Scarcity versus abundance. The hidden programming. If you grew up hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, we can't afford that, then you've been conditioned with a scarcity mindset, a belief system that keeps you in survival mode. Scarcity makes people play small, hoard, and panic. It creates fear around spending and shame around earning. Billionaires operate from an abundance mindset. They believe there's always more where that came from. Money flows to those who create value. Wealth can be built, not just earned. This shift is critical. When you stop thinking of money as something you fight for and start seeing it as something you create and multiply, your entire financial life changes. Billionaire beliefs about money. Money is a multiplier of value. Billionaires don't focus on income. They focus on impact. The more people they help, the more money they make. It's not about working harder. It's about solving bigger problems. Money follows attention and action. Money doesn't respond to wishful thinking. It responds to clarity, consistency, and execution. Every dollar you earn is a reflection of your strategy and mindset. Money is not the goal. Freedom is. Billionaires don't chase money to buy more stuff. They chase it to buy time, options, and freedom. Wealth is not about what you have. It's about what you no longer have to do. How to master your money. Mind. Rewrite your money story. Reflect on the beliefs you inherited about money. Are they helping you grow or holding you back? Create new affirmations like, money is abundant, or I deserve to be wealthy because I create value. Learn the language of wealth. Study investing, passive income, asset building. Don't just work for money. Learn how money works for you. The wealthy don't just earn, they multiply. Respect. Don't worship money. Mastering money isn't about obsession. It's about understanding its purpose and aligning it with your mission. Money is a tool to amplify who you already are. Final thought. Money is a mirror. Your outer wealth will always reflect your inner beliefs about money. If you want to grow your income, grow your mindset. Think bigger. Earn smarter. Spend with intention. Because when you master your money, mind you, don't just grow your bank account. You grow your life. Chapter 6. Network like a billionaire. Build elite-level connections. There's a famous saying, your network is your net worth. And while that might sound like a cliché, for billionaires, it's a fundamental truth. Behind every great success story is a team, a mentor, a partner, or a door that was opened by a single relationship. Billionaires don't network by accident. They do it with intention. They don't just attend events, collect business cards, or chase popularity. They build alliances, create value, and surround themselves with people who elevate their thinking. The quality of your network directly shapes the speed and scale of your success. You become who you surround yourself with. Take a look at your inner circle. Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? Do they challenge your mindset, or do they complain, gossip, and play small? Billionaires are hyper-selective with who gets access to their time, energy, and mental space. They build a network of value creators, action takers, and strategic thinkers. They seek out mentors who have done what they want to do, and peers who are growing just as fast or faster. You will rise or fall to the level of your circle. Surround yourself with visionaries, and you'll expand your vision. Surround yourself with excuses, and you'll shrink your potential. The billionaire networking formula: lead with value, not need average people network to get something. Billionaires network to give something. Ask yourself, what can I offer? How can I help? How can I become useful to someone at a higher level? Serve first. Ask later. Be strategic, not social. This isn't about being popular. It's about being purposeful. Connect with people who align with your mission, goals, and mindset. You don't need 1,000 contacts. You need 10 powerful alliances. Invest in relationships like assets. Relationships, like money, compound over time. Stay in touch. Add value consistently. Celebrate others' wins. Be reliable. The more trust you build, the more doors you unlock. Upgrade your proximity. Join masterminds. Attend high-level events. Get into rooms where you're the smallest fish. Growth comes from discomfort. When you're surrounded by giants, you have no choice but to rise. How billionaires attract the right people. Successful people are drawn to clarity, energy, and action. When you show up with purpose, confidence, and momentum, the right people want to be around you. You don't have to chase connections. You attract them through your mindset, consistency, and results. Think of yourself as a magnet. What you embody is what you'll pull in. Final thought. People open doors that money can't own. Conversation can change your life. One relationship can unlock massive opportunity. If you want to grow fast, stop trying to do everything alone. Billionaires know that success is a team sport. Invest in people. Elevate your circle. Build your empire together. Chapter 7. Decision velocity. Think fast. Act faster. In today's world, speed is a superpower. The longer you wait to decide, the longer you delay results. Billionaires understand that every major breakthrough in their life or business is a result of one thing: rapid, clear, and confident decision-making. Most people overthink. They hesitate. They get caught in endless loops of what-ifs and second-guessing. But here's the truth. Indecision is more dangerous than a wrong decision. Why? Because indecision creates stagnation. It kills momentum. It wastes time, drains energy, and keeps you stuck in fear. Billionaires know that clarity doesn't always come before action. Often, it comes because of action. The billionaire decision-making advantage. Billionaires don't wait until everything is perfect. They don't need 100% certainty. They work with 80% information, make the best call they can, and course correct as they go. They understand that speed of execution beats perfection every time. This is called decision velocity, the ability to make smart decisions quickly and follow through with action. And the faster you make decisions, the faster you learn, adjust, and grow. Here's the secret. Most decisions aren't permanent. You can pivot, refine, or improve them later. But you can't improve something you haven't started. How to build. Decision velocity, define what matters most. Decision fatigue often comes from unclear priorities. Get ultra clear on your core values, mission, and vision. When you know what matters most, decisions become obvious. Set deadlines for all decisions. Let decisions float endlessly. Give yourself tight time frames. If a decision takes you more than 24 to 48 hours, you're likely overthinking. Decide, act, review. Trust. Your gut. Train your instincts. Billionaires don't ignore data, but they also trust their intuition. The more decisions you make, the sharper your instincts become. Confidence grows with reps. Take the shot. Detach from perfection. Trying to make the perfect decision leads to paralysis. Instead, focus on making a good decision quickly and refining through feedback. Execute immediately, then wait until next week. Once a decision is made, act. Build momentum while your energy is high. This is how you stay ahead of 99% of people. Case study. How decision speed created giants. Jeff Bezos famously said, "If I make 3 good decisions a day, that's enough." His focus is not on quantity, it's on quality and speed. Richard Branson says his greatest strength is his ability to say yes quickly, even before he knows all the details, because he trusts his ability to figure it out later. Warren Buffett avoids analysis paralysis by staying within his circle of competence. If it fits his principles, he decides quickly. These legends don't move slow, they move decisively. And that's why they win. Final thought. Clarity comes from movement. Most people wait to feel ready. Billionaires decide to move, then figure it out along the way. If you want to win faster, make decisions faster, because the ones who move first don't just win the race, they often rewrite the rules. Decide fast. Move now, adjust later. That's the billionaire way. Chapter 8. Systems. Not willpower. Design your success on autopilot. People often assume that billionaires are superhumanly disciplined, that they wake up every day overflowing with motivation, never distracted, and always on point. The truth is very different and much more powerful. Billionaires don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems. Willpower is like a battery. It drains throughout the day. You start strong in the morning, but by evening you're tired, distracted, and vulnerable to bad decisions. The problem is, most people try to fight this natural fatigue by trying harder, but trying harder doesn't scale. Systems. DOA system is simply a structure that automates success. It's a repeatable process that removes guesswork, reduces friction, and ensures progress even when you're tired, unmotivated, or busy. Billionaires understand that success isn't about doing the right thing once. It's about building a life where doing the right thing becomes the default. Why willpower fails in systems. When willpower might help you say no to dessert once, but a system removes junk food from your house entirely. Willpower might push you to write when you're inspired, but a system makes writing part of your morning routine. No emotion required. Billionaires eliminate choice where it doesn't matter, so they can focus energy where it does. They automate minor decisions, what to wear, when to work out, how their calendar flows, so their minds stay sharp for big moves. This is called reducing decision fatigue, and it's a competitive edge. Most people overlook how to build billionaire level. Systems turn goals into habits, then just aim to build a business or get healthy. break it down. Create habits like write for 30 minutes. Every morning. Call 3 new prospects a day. Eat 1 high-protein meal by 10 a.m. Make it simple, measurable, and repeatable. Automate what you can use tools, tech, or outsourcing to handle routine tasks. From scheduling social media to automatic savings transfers, free your brain from the repetitive and predictable. Create triggers and environments. Don't depend on memory. Design your space and routine to nudge you in the right direction. Want to work out more? Lay your gym clothes out the night before. Want to read more? Keep a book on your pillow. Track, review, improve. Systems aren't static. Billionaires constantly measure performance and optimize their routines. Review your systems weekly. What's working? What's friction? What needs refining? Success becomes predictable, not accidental. The beauty of systems is that they remove emotion from success. You don't need to feel motivated, you just need to follow the process, day after day, step by step. Over time, the results become exponential. Why? Because systems compound. A small, smart habit done every day beats massive effort done once a month. Final thought. Design for success. Don't chase it if you want lasting results. Stop relying on willpower. Start building systems. Design your day so success becomes automatic. Because when your environment, habits, and processes are aligned with your vision, you win even on your worst days. Chapter 9. Own the morning. Win the day. The high-performance daily blueprint. Ask any billionaire, peak performer, or elite creator what their secret is, and you'll hear one common thread. They don't start their mornings by accident. They design them. The first 1 to 2 hours of your day are the foundation for everything that follows. They determine your energy, focus, emotions, and momentum. Billionaires treat the morning as sacred. While most of the world hits snooze, checks their phone, and scrolls through distractions, high performers have already activated their minds, aligned their priorities, and taken control of the day. If you can own your morning, you can own your life. The power of a morning ritual. Your morning ritual doesn't need to be long, but it needs to be intentional. Billionaires understand that consistency beats complexity. It's not about doing 20 things, it's about doing the right few that prime your mind, body, and focus. A great morning routine does 3 things. Centers your mind, mental clarity, activates your body, physical energy, aligns your priorities, strategic action. The Billionaire Morning Blueprint. Here's a proven formula that many top performers use to begin their day. Wake up early. Start before the world demands your attention. Early hours are distraction-free and mentally clear. Even 30 to 60 minutes earlier can give you a massive advantage. No phone. First 60 minutes. Then start your day reacting to emails, texts, or social media. That puts your mind in reaction mode instead of creation mode. Begin your day on your terms. Hydrate. Move. Water first, movement second. Whether it's stretching, walking, or a quick workout, activate your physiology. Energy is the foundation of performance. Mental fuel. Read something inspiring or educational. Feed your mind before the world fills it with noise. Even 10 minutes of a powerful book can shift your thinking all day. Plan your day intentionally. Don't just hope your day goes well. Design it. Choose 1 to 3 high-impact tasks. Clarify your top priority. Success is scheduled, not stumbled. Into visualize success. Take 2 to 3 minutes to visualize your goal, your mission, and how you'll show up today. Feel it, see it, believe it. Visualization trains your brain to expect success. Why this works? Your brain is highly programmable in the know. Early morning. Whatever you feed it, chaos or clarity, will echo throughout your day. Billionaires take advantage of this neuroplastic window to install positivity, direction, and emotional stability. When you start strong, everything else flows: better decisions, conversations, creativity, and performance. A focused morning leads to a focused life. It's not just about productivity. It's about intentional living. Final thought: start strong, finish stronger. Most people lose the day before it even begins. But not you. You now have the tools to take control of your mornings, and by extension, your destiny. You don't need more hours. You need more focus in the hours you already have. So tomorrow morning, don't hit snooze on your alarm or your potential. Wake up, lock in, and win the day before it even starts. Chapter 10. Legacy thinking. Play the long game. At some point, money becomes irrelevant. Recognition fades. Even success loses its thrill. What remains, what truly matters, is legacy. Billionaires don't just build wealth. They build something that lasts. They think beyond the next quarter, next goal, or next decade. They think in centuries. Their mindset is not about short-term gains. It's about long-term value, intergenerational impact, and immortality through influence. Legacy thinking means asking, what will the world remember me for? What am I building that will outlive me? How can I create value so deeply that it continues growing after I'm gone? Why most people don't think this way? Most people are trapped in the now. They chase fast wins, instant gratification, and surface-level success. Social media, short-term jobs, and consumer culture all push us to prioritize speed over substance. But billionaire thinkers zoom out. They trade temporary dopamine for permanent value. When you think long-term, you make wiser decisions today. Build structures that compound over decades. You align your work with deeper meaning. The core of legacy. Thinking legacy isn't just about donating to charity or having your name on a building. It's about creating a ripple effect of value. It could be a business that changes lives, a book that educates generations, a philosophy or movement that shifts culture, a family foundation or mentorship model that lives on. The key is intentional design. Billionaires don't stumble into legacy. They architect it. How to start thinking in legacy terms. Clarify your core mission. What do you stand for? What message, skill, or idea do you want to leave behind? Clarity here is power. The clearer your mission, the stronger your legacy. Build beyond yourself. True legacy is about scalability and sustainability. Ask, can this grow without me? If your business or impact relies solely on your presence, it's not yet a legacy. Invest in people. Legacy lives through others. Billionaires mentor future leaders, empower their teams, and raise their families with vision. Your greatest investment is not what you leave to people, but what you leave in them. Create systems that outlast you. Think in terms of systems, not single actions. Document your process. Scale your impact through automation, delegation, and institutional thinking. Create movements, not just moments. Protect your values. Billionaire families often use mission statements, trusts, or ethical guidelines to protect their core values across generations. What principles do you want your life's work to stand on? Final thought. Make time. Bow to your vision. Legacy isn't about ego, it's about contribution. It's not about being remembered for being rich. It's about being remembered for making others richer in wisdom, opportunity, and courage. Billionaires play the long game. They understand that the true measure of success isn't how high you climb, but how wide and deep your influence flows once you're gone. So ask yourself daily, am I building something worth remembering? Because when you live for legacy, you don't just make money, you make history.